Let's connect. Welcome, everybody. Like every 2 weeks here, Castro Realty Group with Nebraska Realty, we are bringing to you the podcast to talk about real estate, to talk about local businesses, to showcase some professionals, members of our community who are helping our community. Castro Realty Group is a real estate team with 8 agents and 2 administrative personnel based in South Omaha, but we operate in different offices in West Omaha, Papillion, Lincoln, Midtown, and we go whenever you want us to go. Today, I'm glad and honored to have 2 professionals, 2 excellent professionals and members of our community that I know for a while, more than a while perhaps, and who actually, besides helping their clients, they help myself and our team grow together. I'm honored to have on my right is Reina Gonzalez with First National Bank. Reina has been a mortgage loan officer for over 10 years or more, and she's going to explain in detail later. And also, she has a lot of experience in our industry, being a professional at different title companies in the past. We met with Reina back in maybe 2004 or 5, right after I became a realtor, and she's such a good professional that I've been chasing her around the different companies she represented. Welcome, Reina.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And to my left, I have Lisa Tavison. Lisa Tavison is a South Omaha girl, right? Mm-hmm. Who now is part of the small business sector. Lisa owns and manages Unity Title Group, which is a title company. Well, I'm not going to steal more seconds out of what they need to tell you, what I want them to share with you. So welcome to the 2 of you.
Thank you.
Reina, tell us about you, please.
Okay, well, my name is Reina Gonzalez. I was born in Mexico City, but I grew up in Ciudad Juarez in Chihuahua. I'm a mortgage loan officer with First National Bank. I've been with the bank for a long time. I did leave the bank for probably 7 years, and I was working on the title industry. That's where I met Lisa as well. But I started with the bank as a teller, then as a banker. So I moved out through the chain of. I moved around the bank of all the areas of the bank, and then I started working with a title company. It was a different one. So I also got the experience from that side, and I've been doing the mortgage side as an officer for the last 12 years. I do have 2 beautiful daughters. My oldest one is 29. She is married, has in Glenwood, has not made me a grandmother yet, but has a beautiful puppy that she loves and adores and treats like a child.
Your grandpuppy.
My grandpuppy. And then my other daughter lives in Las Vegas. She's 22. And she also has not made me a grandmother, which I am very, very happy for. In my hobbies that I love to do, I'm a member of the Hispanic Art Center of Omaha, which is a folkloric team dancing. So if anybody wants to join, come on over.
Are you listening? Then you have another reason why to look for Reina in the close future. Lisa, please tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa Tavison with Unity Title Group. We actually just opened our office at the beginning of June. I'm super excited to share with everybody that our bilingual team has come to South Omaha. I'm very proud of our group. We've come together and really just hit the road running. So I'm, like Ricardo said, I'm from Omaha. I was born here, raised here. I have an incredibly supportive family. I have 3 kids. I have 2 boys are my older ones. They're 21 and 18. And my little princess, 14. So I'm super excited to be here today with you guys. Just like they said, we've all been in the industry quite a while. And so I did meet Reina many years ago, and we were both working at title companies. And Ricardo, just same area, working together. So.
Remember, the reason these 2 ladies are here because we want to convey information to you, to the public, regarding the many services available for you. And also we want to highlight professional people who already have proven records of serving our community, and these two ladies, they do have. I mean, it's in our industry, there's so many professionals, there's so many good people, and we have to say that Reina and Lisa excel in what they do, not only as a business owner and not only as an excellent professional with First National Bank, also human beings. I mean, it's people who really want to help the community, and I have examples to mention about that, but perhaps it's not the time to give my own examples that experiences that I have with them. Reina, what is it what you do in First National Bank?
Well, right now, I'm a mortgage loan officer. Basically, what I do is I can help anybody that wants to buy, build, refinance their properties. Also, if anybody wants to take equity out of their homes, I'm able to assist them with that as well. Working as a mortgage loan officer has given me a lot of opportunities to meet more people. And one of the things that I really focus on is making sure that my customers are taken care of. Basically, as far as a mortgage, you can get that type of product with any institution. But what's going to make us different than everybody else, and with me as well, is the customer service that I'm going to provide to you. Basically, when you're buying a home, you want to make sure that you feel comfortable with your lender to be able to ask them any questions that you have at any time. And also you want to be comfortable with your realtor and with your title company. So as you're choosing a lender, like I said, yes, rate is very important to choose, but also the service that comes along with it goes far. Another thing that makes us different than every other institution here, First National Bank has been in business for over 150 years, 157 years. We're the third largest privately owned bank in the U.S., and then we also have a footprint of other states. So we not only service here in Nebraska, we also service in Iowa, South Dakota, Illinois, Colorado, and Texas. Oh, and Wyoming. We just added Wyoming. But that's as far as the banking side. But on the mortgage side, we also have nationwide mortgage departments. So any state in the nation, we can also assist you with the mortgage.
And I have to say, like we said before in some previous occasions, it's not only what First National Bank, which is an institution which has a lot of big stake in the community and help our communities in different aspects in a daily basis. I mean, we have First National Bank supporting so many causes in different areas in Nebraska and Iowa, in our case here. Also, when you go and hire services about anything, it's not only the institution, it's the professional. So keep that in mind. It's you might go to an institution which might have the best programs or products, but if the person who's going to help you is not qualified or doesn't have the willingness to help to serve their community, you are not going to be able to take advantage of their products. Lisa, a title company, what a title company is?
So title company, the best way that I can explain it to you is we issue a title insurance policy. We follow the contract in a sale when we work with amazing agents and lenders. And that title insurance policy actually is ensuring the buyer that they're getting free and clear title after we do a full examination of the property to see who owns it, and if there's any liens, such as maybe a mortgage or if there's any liens on the property, such as a deed of trust, which would be a loan with the bank, or any liens or judgments that could affect ownership to that property.
Excellent. Is good that clarification, because we were talking before we started here today that many things that we talk or the lingo that we use on a daily basis might not always be understood by the public. And for some people listening to us or seeing us today, watching us today, some of what she said might be logical. For some other people are not common to hear specifically what they do. I'm glad in your case to say that this is the first title company owned and with Latino capital. So I'm congratulate you. And I know by experience that being a self-employed person and running a business from zero is not easy. And but you feel good and you're gonna feel better yet.
Yes.
So there's a lot to come. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we are here to help each other to connect. The name of the program is Let's Connect. And in our industry, I'm a realtor. The realtors have to be in excellent communication with the lender, the client, the title company, and all the other parties involved. But usually, lender and title company, they have to be in close communication. And keep that in mind for your future transactions in real estate. And of course, if you have more questions or comments about this, where can they find you?
I'm located, my branch is on 50th and G, 4124 South 50th. That's my home base, and I'm also on Tuesdays at the branch that we have on 33rd and L. And by phone, they can reach me at 402-871-2596.
How about you?
Our office is over off of 60th and F. Our address is 5723 F Street, right around the corner from Rada. Not too far from the Castro office, so it's perfect. Our website is www.unitytitlegrp.com. And my phone number where you can reach me is 402-884-3651.
Reina, in the past, we together did some educational functions, some educational workshops together. And I know First National Bank is pretty strong about that, not only yourself. Do you have any idea of any future educational pieces that you think is important to share with the public in the future?
One of the things that I would recommend as people start looking for a house is the most common mistakes that people make is, first of all, don't try to consolidate all your debt. Before you do any of that, just come and talk to us. Don't go with whatever your cousin told you to do or your uncle, because if you're ill, you're not going to go to a mechanic to get advice on that. So you have to go to the professional. So before you do anything with your credit, you should come to talk to us, or to me, so we can go ahead and assist you with that. Another thing is, don't change any jobs during the process, even if they're going to be paying you more at the other position. Don't do it. We like to see a lot of stability. In addition to that, don't buy any furniture yet. Don't buy any cars. And don't make any cash deposits into your account. So those are the basic things. But again, you can come and talk to me. I always tell people, some of them are very hesitant because they're like, oh my gosh, my credit is bad. You know what? I've been in this industry for 28 years. I started when I was this tall.
She was 80 years old.
Yes.
I witnessed it.
Exactly. And I've never had to tell a person, no, forget it. You're never going to buy a house. The most that I have done is, you know what? You have some issues with your credit. Let's go ahead and work on that. And maybe in 6 months or in a year, we'll be able to get you there. So I'm a strong believer that everybody has the right to own a home and to have set roots for their family. But it depends on the work that the person puts into it to achieve that goal.
And I like to hear what I'm hearing because when you go to apply for a mortgage loan and the loan officer tells you you are not able to get a mortgage loan in order to get pre-qualified to purchase a house, you have the right to ask why first. And then you have the right to ask that person or that professional to explain you what the next steps are that you need to follow in order to finally get pre-approved maybe a few months later or maybe a couple years later. I mean, Reina, what I like about Reina, and that's what I was going with the educational question here, is she's not only going to see you to check on a pre-approval in an application. Reina is going to advise you what to do. Of course, it's up to you to follow those advices. But bottom line is, please, the banks, I heard many times in my career, well, the bank didn't want to give me a loan. No, the bank, they really want to loan you money.
Yes.
They really want to do that. That's how they make money.
Yes.
But they can, it depends on the professional, the loan officer you have there to explain you or not what you need to do in order to achieve your goal of the home ownership. And Reina does that. And that's why she's here. And same thing I witnessed with Lisa, because the title, the duties of the title company are not as clear to many people. And the way these two ladies explain to people, explain how this is supposed to be done, it makes a difference. It makes a difference, and that's why I guess we can talk about thousands of families, not even hundreds, thousands of families that you guys help to achieve the American dream of home ownership. Lisa, anything that you might recommend in order for people, tell me an example or the way you prefer just for sellers or buyers not to do in order to don't create more, bring more layers or obstacles in the title search process?
I think one of the really important things as you're kind of preparing either to sell or purchase your home, I think one of the things that people don't know a lot about is the title aspect of it. And so knowing your loan information, what liens you may have against your property, some things that people don't think about are even code violations. The way that the city actually does a lot of those violations is just a notice on your door. And so it takes a while for that to get filed at the actual public records. So knowing that information so that you can share that with your agent as you're getting your house listed, as you're purchasing your property. Since we are preparing the legal documentation for your purchase, we're going to be filing those at the public records showing your legal name. So making sure that when you're doing your contract, when you're filing for your application, that your name is going to be done correctly and specifically stated so that we make sure you're taking title to your property correctly.
And I'd like to take the liberty to mention an example that I witnessed in my career regarding to your work, or basically to title companies. One time, an owner of many properties, a person that I helped buying and selling several properties, called me to put his house in the market. So I put the house in the market. We offered the house in the MLS and in the market. We found a buyer too. It was a house that needed some physical attention. It had to be repaired. But anyways, it was in the market. When we represented both parties, when we were heading to closing, I got a phone call from the title company saying that the owner had a child support lien in the property. I called the owner, and the wife said, "No, my husband doesn't have a child support lien." But
That
happens. So well, anyways, they insisted that there weren't any child support on them. And what happened is the person who sold them the property, to them, he had a child support lien. And when my client, who was a well-experienced person in the industry, still purchased the property without using a title company, without doing a title search. It's a huge risk. Of course, we couldn't sell the house. The person who had the issue with the child support was in jail at the time. So, of course, finding the person, getting the right attorney, and having the buyer waiting, sometimes it's a hassle, and then the buyer goes away.
Yeah.
And please do things the way they should be. You have professionals here to explain you and basically to help you. Use the tools you have available. They are not expensive. $300, $500 is not too much if you are going to avoid any more issues in the future or more expensive issues in the future. Reina, what is a particular, or I would say, can you give us a time when you face a pretty unique situation on a client? I'm asking when a client was trying to get pre-approved, or perhaps when you were waiting for a closing after the purchase agreement was accepted.
Okay.
If you
I
have
have several.
I know you have. I know you have.
Well, the one that was the most horrible situation is, even though we tell the customers at the time when they come and talk to us not to do anything with their credit, before the closing actually takes place, the underwriter can still do a soft hit on your credit to make sure that their liabilities haven't increased and then they haven't made any purchases. Unfortunately, this person was scheduled to close in the afternoon, and in the morning, the underwriter did a soft hit, and that customer have gone to Nebraska Furniture Mart and bought furniture for the whole house.
That's sad.
So what happened? The customer kept his furniture, but not the house. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to purchase because he overextended himself. So basically, the recommendations that we give them, that we give customers as they come in, we want to help you get into the house. We're not just saying it because we have to follow a script. It's something that can really hamper the transaction. So we are here to help you get into your home because we know how important that is. So as long as you're honest with us and upfront, we'll be able to avoid any problems later on. But if you are not honest or tell us about additional cash you had or a judgment that you had somewhere, we're going to find out. We find out everything, either us or with the assistance with the title company. So it's always just better to be upfront with us, and that way we can go ahead and together come to a solution of that issue that could arise.
I like what you said. I mean, I was forgetting about highlighting that. Be sincere with the lender, which is the next person you see after us, or sometimes you see them first. But put everything on the table. Why? Because she's not there to judge you. Reina is not there to tell you what you did wrong or not. She's just going to use the information you gave her or you give her in order to organize a puzzle, if you want to call it that way. She's going to organize in order to get you pre-approved with the best terms, best conditions, best interest rate, with the best program for you. Like she was saying before, if a friend of you bought a property with zero interest rate back in 2007, that doesn't mean that today exists, that kind of program. And also, maybe that person has a different reality than yours. The bank is always looking not only for your money to get pre-approved. They actually, that's not the goal there. That's not their point there. They are looking for stability in order to lend you money. It's put yourself in the bank's shoes and think what kind of certainty you're looking for in order to loan money to someone. You know, Lisa, in your case, any particular experience that you had?
I'll give you two.
All right.
Okay. Just to kind of follow suit with what Reina was saying, I think on the seller side, if you're getting ready to sell your property and you go out and you take out another loan on your house, you know, we do the same thing. We call it a verbal. We do it right before closing just to see if there's any new liens or judgments that have been filed. We've had it happen where a seller will go out and do a bridge loan. That'll put a new lien on your property, help you buy your next one, but it causes an issue for the property that you're now trying to sell. So that would be one. And my second example on the buyer side, every once in a while, like Reina was saying, you know, things will pop up on title. Child support is a pretty big deal in our, you know, in our industry when we're trying to do transfers to property. One thing to keep in mind is if you are putting anybody in title, those liens attach. So those can all become issues later down the road for you. So again, just be honest, be open, tell us what you have going on, and we'll make sure that we can still move forward with closing or let you know what changes need to be made.
Okay. For the people who don't own a house yet, or for the younger people watching us today, what a lien is?
A lien is actually an instrument that would get filed just showing that funds are due to a creditor. As Reina was saying, you know, that Nebraska Furniture Mart, that could be a lien that gets filed at the county just showing that funds are due. Another type of lien would be, you know, that child support's coming right back around. So those are liens that could be attached to your property, whether you're selling or purchasing. So just things like that are items that would be descriptive of a lien.
You see, bringing some education today. What is, Reina, what you think the easiest way to get pre-approved for a mortgage loan. When I mean the easiest, on an educational standpoint, basically, how do they get prepared, should get prepared in order to get a mortgage loan approved?
Well, first of all, they have to come and talk to us. I mean, if you, like I said before, if you're ill, you go to the doctor. If your car doesn't work, you go to the mechanic. So if you want to get information regarding a mortgage loan, come and talk to us. There's no fee, there's no obligation.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a situation where, like, oh, well, you spend 30 minutes of my time, here's my bill. No. Basically, we're there to assist you. You can come to talk to us. Like I said, I'm a mortgage officer, or you can also come and talk to any of our bankers. Also, there's different organizations, locally, that can assist you and guide you and prepare you. But again, you can come to us, and then we just make an appointment and we can talk about on the spot.
Sometimes people come to our office and say, "Hey, I want to buy a house. I make X amount of money, and how much of a house I can buy?" We don't have the answer. We in this industry, thanks God, everybody plays an important role, and I'm not gonna step on what Reina does or what Lisa does on the title side. I've been doing this for 19 years. I have a pretty important idea of what each institutions do, but at the same time, I'm not a professional in mortgage lending or in the title sector. So go to the person who knows. In this case, it's Reina Gonzalez, First National Bank. I mean, you have to ask them all the questions you have if you really are serious to purchase a house. We are here to guide you, the three of us. If you come to us first, the next step is going to be sit down with Reina or with the bank you want. Of course, we recommend Reina and First National because we know what they do. But it is your right to get informed. But at the same time, use the tools you have. Don't go for what someone told you. And you give a pretty good example there when you said if your car is damaged, you don't go to the doctor to see your car. You know,
Exactly.
it's go to a professional.
Exactly. One thing that I would also like to mention is I know in our communities in Mexico, Peru, and all our Latin countries, going to the bank is an institution that you fear more than trust, but over here is completely different than in our countries. So just rest assured that if you come and talk to us, we are there to help you. I will give you advice of how you can pay off your loan even sooner than the term that you had agreed on. Because I know that a lot of people are like, well, what are you telling me so I can pay it off sooner? It's because I want you to be in a better financial situation for you and your family. I'm going to treat you the way that I would like to be treated. So, like I said, rest assured that I'm going to be taking care of you guys.
Reina, sometimes I had people coming, well, I don't want to go to the bank yet because I want to pay off my credit card. I want to wait to pay off my car. You don't have to. Sit down with her first. And then she's going to tell you, maybe you don't have to pay off your car.
Correct.
Maybe you don't have to pay off your credit card. I mean, you can just reduce the balance. I mean, she's going to tell you the advice applying to your reality, not to your brother's reality, not to my reality. And there's some advices even for self-employed people and for regular W-2 employees.
That's a great point.
Yeah. It's Lisa. Why Unity Title?
Why Unity Title? So I think it's been, one of those dreams in the making. My team and I were sitting down looking at names. How do we figure this out? And I think this platform is the perfect example. Unity amongst us, amongst all of the professionals in our industry, it's really important to us. How do we continue to be the resource and educate the community? So I think we've made the right move. Our team is very happy. I have an incredible team behind me, so I'm super excited.
Excellent. And I know your team. Pretty good people who know what they do and they love what they do. How about you? Why First National Bank?
Well, like I said before, any institution is going to be able to offer you different products, the same products that we offer. What sets us apart is the service that we're going to be able to provide to you. And I've had several situations where a customer comes in and then they compare with another institution. And unfortunately, we cannot beat that other institution. we can certainly try. We would love to keep every business here, but we understand that we're not going to be able to help every single person that walks through the door. But again, I will be able to guide you or even tell you if that's a good deal or not that you're getting from another bank. Another thing is that sets us apart from everybody else, not only the longevity that we've had in the industry, the fact that any mortgage that we do, well, the majorities, except for first-time home buyers, we service the loan. What that means is that a bank, in order to be financially stable, we sell the loans on the secondary market. But as for you, the customer, you're not going to see a difference because we keep the servicing here with us. So if you have any questions or that you receive a letter or anything, you're not gonna have to call an 800 number and be on hold for 30 minutes for somebody to get on the phone and answer your questions. You can just call me and come and talk to me. So that's another difference that is going to be within other institutions.
And it's pretty important what you just mentioned, not only because of the reasons, the professional reasons you just explained, also because buy local, help your local employers, your local businesses. I mean, you have no idea as a realtors the nightmare many times that we go through when our clients, when the buyers decide to get pre-approved with an internet lending company or just with a bank out of state. It is so difficult for us because we need to, again, the communication, the communication that needs to be kept in the whole process, but also because unfortunately or fortunately, depends on how do you see it, your offer might be weaker if you are pre-approved with an out-of-state lending institution. I don't have a specific answer to tell you why, but that's what we see in our industry. If there's an offer or two offers coming at the same price, and maybe because of past experiences with out-of-state institutions, usually the owners are going to accept the offer where they see a pre-approval letter coming from a local bank or a bank that they know. It is not a rule. It's just what we see. Okay. Without anything further from me to say, I'm really glad that we spent this time here sharing what you know and please bringing the public, bringing you to the attention of the public so they can contact you. Do you have anything else to share with our community? Any of you?
I don't. Just thank you for having us. Super excited.
Well, just thank you for having us. And like I said, everybody's entitled to have a home. So set some roots and come and see me, and then we'll take care of you, the whole team.
Again, where do they find you?
Our office address is 5723 F Street, just off of the interstate at 60th and F. And our phone number again for the office is 402-884-3650.
And if you are watching and you know someone who don't speak English, they can give you service in Spanish.
Yes.
Fully with the same service as they do in English. How about Reina? Where can they find you?
They can find me at the branch that we have on 50th and G. The actual address is 4124 South 50th Street. And my cell phone number, 402-871-2596.
Let's connect then, and we'll look to see you again in the next episode. And please look for information regarding us, or you can find information about our business at crghouses.com, crghouses.com, and our main office number is 402-319-0093. Thank you very much, the two of you, to being here.
Thank you.
Thanks.